steaming water.
Away from the hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you when the neighbor sees us.
I
Rebuke you when the neighbor.
better not. I swear to God.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the.
It was June 14th, 2024, a night of alarm and tragedy in Whiteside County, Illinois. A woman, Sonya Massey, frightened and pleading for help, called 911. She wasn't a suspect. She wasn't fighting anybody. She was reporting that someone was tampering with her door, someone possibly trying to enter. That call for rescue became her last. Within minutes, a sheriff's deputy arrived, and his response would shock a state. He shot her dead. Video from body cameras, witness clips, and court filings revealed a chaotic, harrowing encounter. Within seconds, life ended. The detail is terrifying, the questions many. How did an aid call end in a death? What went wrong in that split judgment? And can justice truly emerge in a moment? Sonya Massey, 49, was a white woman living in rural Illinois. She had no significant criminal record. On that night, she was afraid. Her voice crackled on 911. "Someone is tampering with my door. Please help me." She didn't threaten anyone. She didn't sound violent. She sounded vulnerable. The deputy who shot her had responded to such calls before. Deputies in this county routinely answered domestic disturbance calls, property alarms, suspicious persons. The responding officer that night, Sean Grayson, had years of experience. In his training, he faced split-second choices. But that night, those choices had lethal outcome. Local law enforcement, prosecutorial staff, and the community would disagree. Was it a tragic mistake? A necessary enforcement action? An overreach of authority? In the months after, the county sheriff announced his retirement under pressure. Charges were filed. Around 9:15 p.m., Sonya Massey dialed 911, reporting someone trying her door. Her tone was anxious, fearful. She said she had a pit bull in her home. She asked for help. That calm plea echoed into dispatchers' headsets, prompting a deputy to be dispatched to her rural property. She believed help was on the way. Deputy Sean Grayson arrived at Massey's home. According to body cam footage and witness video, he approached Massey's door area. Darkness, porch lighting, perhaps heavy shadows. A typical response protocol requires announcement, request to see hands, commands. That is standard for home call responses. What the video shows Grayson's body camera shows a dark evening, shapes shifting, silence broken by commands. Massey steps out, or is on the porch, holding what looks like a kitchen knife according to early reports. She is told to drop it multiple times. In body cam, shadow movements, low lighting, uncertain distance. She raises her arms in some interpretations. The dash cam captures a vehicle stopping, lights flashing. Witness footage later showed the deputy stepping backward, drawing his service weapon and firing a burst of shots. Two struck Massey. She collapsed. The deputy immediately called for medics. He approached her, caution, securing his firearm. Reporters later obtained snippets of that body cam and dash cam footage, which show a bleeding woman, possible handgun drawn, chaos. Emergency medical teams arrived. Massey was pronounced dead on scene. The house became a crime scene. Evidence collection began. Her knife was retrieved. The deck, porch, yard, grass were photographed. Officers collected shell casings, body cam video, audio. Within days, public outcry, media attention, protests. The deputy was suspended. The county sheriff announced retirement. Investigations from the Illinois State Police, from local prosecutors began. The case moved fast in the public eye. One major point of contention: distance and commands. Did the deputy give clear, repeated orders? Did Massey have time to comply? How far apart were they? Was there line of sight? Did lighting obscure judgment? Experts would later analyze the body cam shadows, the muzzle flash, the time between commands and shots. Massey had a knife, but in her hand or dropped. Early law enforcement statements suggested she held a kitchen knife. But in post-shoot interviews, deputies said they believed she was moving toward him. Her family and some analysts countered she was holding it defensively or simply carried it in response to intrusions. The exact posture, angle, or threat is disputed depending on point of view. Illinois law and general law enforcement use of force guidelines require that deadly force be reserved for cases of imminent threat of serious bodily harm or death. The question: did Deputy Grayson reasonably believe he was facing such a threat? The state must examine proportionality. Was shooting necessary? Was it justified given the circumstances? Video is central. Body cam footage, dash cam lights, audio commands, witness video. Forensic audio analysis may clarify how many times "drop the knife" was said, how fast shots followed. Video's low light makes silhouettes, yet movements are visible. The weapon drawn by Massey is visible in some frames. Autopsy revealed 2 bullet wounds, position relative to arms, torso, angle of entry. Did she turn? Was there defensive posture? Ballistics report matched deputy's service rounds. No crossfire, no third party. The knife had no fingerprints from other parties. Deputy Grayson gave initial statements that he feared for his life, believed Massey was advancing. Internal review by Sheriff's Office and a separate state investigation both collected interviews from dispatch, the deputy, witnesses, 911 logs, property history. The legal risk: charges were later filed of homicide against the deputy, indicating prosecutors believed evidence might support second-degree or manslaughter charges. Sonya Massey was not a known threat. There was no record of armed violence. Her 911 call was defensive. Her life was not criminal. The deputy had training and experience. The conflict: a citizen asking for help, and the system's response ending her life. The question of motive is less relevant than split-second decision. Grayson might have acted out of fear or error. The public perception is divided: vigilante overreach versus justified defense. Within months, charges were filed. Deputy Grayson was indicted on charges including homicide. The sheriff announced retirement, citing safety and public trust erosion. The case became emblematic. Questions of policing, race, Massey was a black woman, rural law enforcement, accountability. In court, prosecutors would present the video, audio, forensic evidence, expert testimony on use of force, alternative interpretations from defense. The defense likely to argue that Grayson reasonably believed he was under threat, that under high stress, judgment flawed, but not criminal. They'll challenge evidence: lighting, reaction time, body cam lag, visual ambiguity. As of latest public records, court proceedings are ongoing. Update depending on case final. Public demand for transparency, camera footage release, policy reforms is strong. The death of Sonya Massey triggered national attention. Protests, civil rights groups demanding reform in use of force laws. Illinois Supreme Court involvement. Calls for transparency and disclosure of body cam footage and internal investigations. The Guardian reported local pressures. The sheriff's retirement showed institutional discomfort. The case continues to resonate in debates over policing, especially when responding to 911 calls rather than aggressive encounters. It reveals layers of disparity. Who gets believed? Who gets treated as threat? A black woman calling for help ended dead. The sequence is perverse. This story brings forward the fragility of life in one moment. A woman in fear calls for protection and dies at its doorstep. Law enforcement, meant to guard safety, must guard judgment too. The knife was small. The shot was lethal. The difference between perception and reality is life or death. We are left with questions. Would the result differ if roles were reversed? Could training, better protocols, more patience, de-escalation techniques saved her? Are police held to consistent standards or allowed hidden margins of error? This case demands accountability for those margins. Thank you for watching this deep exploration of the Sonya Massey case. Illinois deputy shooting a woman who called for help. If this case struck you, if it demands better policing, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell so stories like this don't disappear. If you have any information, witness video, camera footage, neighbor recollections, share it. We believe every voice matters. Sometimes the smallest recording, the hidden camera, the distant memory breaks open truth.